All right, good morning. All right, let's go ahead and get this week started off. Let's talk about what's happening in the market this week overall. Not much. We just ended our earnings period with a lot of the big fangs and major earnings announcement at the end of February. So March activity overall is not as heavy and thick as it was in the month of February. But this week, not too many major things going on outside of the administration. They can always throw things in the mix, and we'll talk about a couple of those things they threw in the mix. Uh, Biggest thing is jobless claims probably on Thursday. That will have an impact on the market opening that morning on Thursday. Friday, we got some more jobs reports, and we got Chairman Powell speaking on Friday. So the last two Fridays have been pretty significant. We had a dip around 2 weeks ago, big major dip on a Friday. Uh, Last Friday, this past week, we had a run up at the end of the day around 2ish, 2:30. We had a breakout to the upside. A lot of people calling that a bull trap, but we'll just see that's what happened on the last Friday. And this Friday, we got Chairman Powell peaking again. So another fun Friday coming up. So Thursday and Friday, probably some market news to make things jump around a little bit. Let's go take a look at the charts. But let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. So you're looking at the ES right now. Um, so let's go ahead and get into what else is going on. So stock market on today seems to be rising a little bit after some economic data release. Europe had some news over the week, or their stocks been kind of surging in the European market. But probably the most news people probably concerning us is that cryptocurrency is probably going to get a little bounce this week after it's been dipping the last 2 weeks. Bitcoin uh, stocks such as MicroStrategy, Coinbase, Robinhood have gained since President Trump announced a crypto strategic reserve. So that was some news that came out over the weekend, and that's probably going to have an impact to Bitcoin. So look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin on a daily chart went all the way down to the 200. That's a significant move, 79.93. But with this latest news, can we get back up to 90,000? And I think we're already there. The chart hasn't just updated from this weekend's activity. So it's at 79,000 down by Friday. It got a bounce back late Friday evening, and it's already back at 90. Here, look at the hourly chart. Got down to 78. They announced the news. Wow, $12,000. So, what can we expect out of stock like Coin and Hood today? MicroStrategy, probably a significant run up. We're all the way, it was at 99 when it started to fall. It's already bounced all the way back up to 93 over this weekend from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So let's go take a look at a stock like Coin today on an hourly. So here's the thought. Is Coin going to ride that wave? If it is, then Coin is probably going to be one of the biggest plays this morning. Let's go take a look at Hood. So sometimes it's just news. It's just news in the market that's going to draw a catalyst. You don't really have to pay attention to a lot of the other indicators. Now, you might want to pay attention to see how long this run lasts. But we see Hood right here. Hood gets above 55. Maybe it can make a $7 run today. So Coin and Hood will probably be things we'll be watching. Let's see how the overall market is looking. All right. So we talk about that 3 o'clock bounce back. Bitcoin, everybody, the ES, Bitcoin, everybody's charts kind of look the same. But we have on the hourly, we have the 200 sitting right here around 6,000 and 623. So this kind of tells us we've got to be kind of careful. The news around Bitcoin and Coinbase, that may not last all day today. You know, this could be setting up for a bull trap. you're really going to need some power to get past the 6 and the 620 mark for you can consider, oh, today is going to be a fully green day. It made all of its gains over the weekend, and it might weaken and fade out the rest of the day. Let's go take a look at how it looks on the 4 hour. The market, same thing, a lot of resistance, but you see the significant move in the MACD. You know, it's almost made a 40% gain since last Friday. So I don't know if that's going to continue or that's going to start to fade as we get later into Monday. Monday always, again, it's a day for me to get in, get out. It's never as strong as Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So you have to keep your eyes on how the market looks. But I will tell you that there's a few stocks that do look pretty bullish out the gate today. One of those stocks could potentially be Tesla again. Tesla is one of those that had a really good bounce. It's gotten back up from 280 all the way to 300. Ooh, there's a chance it can get right back up here to around 314, 315 for a phase, but that's almost a $10 move. It's a really significant move. If Tesla can, yeah, that's a good $10 move today. If Tesla can continue to maintain this momentum, Tesla looks pretty good today. A couple of stocks that's been really doing well is ADP. ADP now is right here at this 315, but you see it was at 312. This stock here, if ADP can break past 316, it can do kind of well today. The QQQ, again, on the recovery that stocks have been making, QQQ is at 511, and it can make a good move to 517. So the Qs is looking good, Tesla is looking good, and let's take a look at the SPY. SPY got a $4 move. Similar to the ES, right? It's the mini, it's the micro on the ES. So again, the overall market may not want to go, but there's a couple of things I'm keeping my eye on. So that's Tesla, QQQ, and JP Morgan. So the financials have been the strongest sector in the market. Yeah, the financials did a pullback like everything else did last week. But if you look at it on a bigger time frame, let's go look at it on maybe a daily. JP Morgan. So you see financials had a great bull run all the way up to 280. It's kind of fell down with the rest of the market. To get past this 263, we might be able to do something. Go look at the 4 hour. Here you go. So on a 4 hour chart, we can see momentum starting to come back into it. We're going to have some resistance, but the MACDs have kind of moving averages have fallen below. So JP Morgan could be one of those that want to go back up and retest where it was again at its highs. So I'll keep my eyes on JP Morgan, Tesla today. Let's go take a look at Raytheon. Raytheon's been killing it. You see it kind of settled here, had a 4 hour squeeze, and it popped out last week. And all last week, it just ran. All last week, up to back to 135. Now, will it maintain this level or will it start to run out? I'm not sure. But Raytheon, Tesla, JP Morgan, definitely some stocks I'm keeping my eye on. SPY and QQQ. And maybe one more. Looks like Meta might want to be turning around. Meta has been following down and driving the Qs down. But Meta looks like it might want to be turning around now. Let's go take a look at them on a 1 hour chart. Potentially a $7 move. We at 670 to 679. I probably like Tesla better. I mean, Meta definitely looked like the momentum was changing, but I think I like Tesla better and the Qs for today. I definitely like Tesla. Um, ADP, not Lilly so much. Oh, we didn't talk about one thing before I wrap up because I'm getting close to my time. But like I said, Tesla is a stock that I like. Q's is a stock I like today. Um, Cigna I didn't really show, but it's on my list. Boeing, Spine, and Q's. But let's just go over quick earnings. What's happening with earnings this week? So there's only earnings this week is all about the stores. So we got Target, Best Buy this week. Kroger's, Macy's, Costco. Costco's been killing it. Costco's been killing it. If there was, uh, so Costco, so 150 today, 1058. It's going to be pretty expensive. So the stock that had earnings, I think Walmart had it last week. So I may not get into the Costco play when it has earnings on Thursday. I may be looking at Walmart. Um, Tomorrow is going to be Target and Best Buy. I really like Best Buy. It's a stock I've done well with on earnings, to the upside and the downside. I'm not biased either way, but those are stocks I've done really well at. Target, I'll be surprised. I'll be looking at that one. That's another one. I do like earnings with stores. Their prices for their option contracts are pretty reasonable, and they make pretty good moves on earnings. So Target, probably be looking to fade Target on its earnings, but we'll see. We'll see. And then Best Buy, those are probably going to be my two major stocks I'll be looking at on Tuesday. All right, I think we covered enough time for this week. Um, Today, just be careful. There is some resistance with the SPY overall, but there are some bullish setups setting up, like Tesla, Boeing, who I didn't really talk about, but I'll show the chart real quick. Um, the Qs is looking pretty strong this morning. So I'll probably just focus on the Qs. Obviously, Boeing got some resistance here at 176, 177, but if it breaks out, that's definitely a play I've been looking into. Um, and that's about it today. And then this week is going to be the stores, and I'll be paying attention to Target and Best Buy tomorrow. All right. Hopefully, this video has been helpful. Please like and subscribe, and have a blessed day. All right. Good morning, everyone. All right. Bears is out. The Bears is out. So yesterday, the market was weak, and then the market started to fall dramatically after the announcement that the tariffs of 25% is going to go into effect. The downturn that was triggered by the president's announcements that those key trading partners was going to get that 25% tariff, raising concerns about a potential global trading war. All right. Um, so other factors happening this week. Uh, we still got corporate earnings related to Costco, AutoZone, CrossStrike. Uh, Today we got our earnings. We'll be watching Target. That's about the only thing on Target, maybe to the upside a little bit. But again, if the market is trending weak and the market is saying puts, I'm not going to be looking for a lot of calls. I'm going to follow the trend of the market, and that's going to be puts. Like they say, keep the wind to your back, right? But Target is a play we might be looking at today. Before we jump into that, let's take a look at the overall market. So what you're looking now is at a weekly chart, and you see this critical level here. It's around the 34 moving average. You see this 5,800 around in this range here, 5814. If we break that, it's a fall all the way back to 56. 200 down here to 47. That would be panic time. But right now, could we have some retracement here? What we're looking for today is this 5,800. Let's go look at it daily real quick. And we'll see this level again. And what we want to see is if we're going to have some consolidation around this 5,800 where we bounce up and back and forth between the range, or if it's really going to break. All right, so we see this 5,800. So potentially, we could have days where we're bouncing between 58.90, 58.14, 58.90, building back up and seeing if we, sometime by the middle of this month, or we want to go back to the upside. What will be panicking is if we really break this 5,800. You've seen the next drop is another 200 points, which could be severe. Let's take a look at what we're setting up for today. Let's go. We'll just step it down. Let's take a look at the 4 hour on the ES. Yesterday, I spoke a little bit around ADP. That was a play that got into ADP on the upside in the morning. Then we just followed the cues down in the afternoon. All right, here's the 4 hour. Exact moving averages. Yeah, it's not looking good on the 4 hour. We're seeing a lot of pressure back to the downside, a little bounce. I don't know if we're going to break that 5,800 today. You might have some bouncing around, but you have to remember also there's a State of the Union address tonight in front of Congress. The market will be reacting on Wednesday morning, which again, that could be the catalyst that will take us through the 5,800 to the downside based on how that speech is received. All right, we're looking at an hourly chart. Yesterday, we bounced around this 58.46. We broke through one time on the hourly. We came back. But yeah, this bad baby's bearish. It's getting close to 58, 58.14 already. 58.30, 29. Yeah, we'll keep our eyes on that. If it breaks to 5,800, it's more puts and more puts. And I'm just looking for other stocks that are doing the same. And right now, there is a lot to choose from. Again, NVIDIA went crashing yesterday. We'll take a look at that, which drew the semiconductors down a lot yesterday. So we'll take a look at that one. Let's see around the SPY. See how the SPY is looking. Bam. Right now, it's short the rip. So Target, like I said, might be the only stock I'll be looking at outside of just major stocks that's looking towards the downside. All right. So we see SPY on the hourly breaking below 580. Let's go back and look at the 4 hour real quick on this. So yesterday we had a level around 590. We've seen SPY drop all the way through that. We come up today, it's down $10 more around at 579. Again, 580 is going to be a very important level. But we see the SPY sitting right here around 580, 579. We could probably see another $8 drop today, maybe down to 572 on the 4 hour chart. Let's go back and look at the daily for the SPY. Yep, right around there, 575, 572. Again, these are going to be important levels for the SPY, similar to the ES. If the ES breaks that 580, we can see some significant pullback. So let's just take a look at the hourly chart again for the SPY. Let's look at some levels. It looks like pre-market is already testing a level of 580. If it breaks this 580, we're going to short it. Otherwise, we're going to wait. It might do some accumulation back to the upside. Once it gets back up here to 583, 584, and get a little bounce, we'll wait maybe the second half of the day and short it again. So the SPY is definitely something we're looking short. Let's take a look at Amazon. All right, we see Amazon got a level right here now. It's settling around 202, 206. Again, Amazon, just like the market, might have some reaction up and down, but if it breaks this 202, we're going to short Amazon. And Amazon looks pretty weak coming out the morning. Let's take a look at Google right now. I mean, a lot of these stocks now have totally flipped around. Google yesterday slowly moving to the downside, fired down here at 166, 165 settles. Same thing. There is a lot of things to short in the market today. I would just be patient, wait for the stocks to bounce up, and then get in. Let's take a look at QQQ, which is one I wanted to check. 494. So we looked at Amazon, we looked at Google. So if the tech sector is weak, they tell you your Qs is going to be weak, and the Nasdaq is going to be weak. So this is an excellent opportunity to see if these stocks catch a little bounce. Then again, short the rip. You know, it's important to make money both ways. And one thing about when the stocks go down, those contracts, those option contracts, uh, if you're in the right direction, their value jumps pretty fast. So you can be in and out and do very, very well. Let's look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA was a stock. Now, the only problem is the stock's been dropping so far. You know, you have to do a little homework to try to find where the new bottom is, because they're breaking some of their daily and moving averages. Whoa. So NVIDIA went from open around 123, 125 yesterday, all the way down to 111, 113. Let's go look at a daily chart, see if we can see the levels a little bit better. All right, daily. We broke in at 200. It's around 121 on NVIDIA. So for a lot of investors, it's a good time to buy the stock and accumulate some value for long-term holds. But for option traders, it's time to do put. So look, we got a level here at 113. It touched yesterday. Got up to 121. Could we see some chop in this area? Maybe. But I'll short the rip. It's clearly under 200. It's clearly on the downside. 113 is an important level. So look at semiconductors and look at NVIDIA. You probably also want to pay attention to its partner in crime, its little brother AMD. AMD has been bearish for some time. It's under $100 now, which this was a big level. Here's 105. Once it broke that, we could probably swing trade NVIDIA into some more puts. This is a daily chart. It is not doing well. Semiconductors is not doing well. It's definitely not taking kindly to the tariffs. So you got to think, if NVIDIA has been holding up the market, the tech sector has been really holding up the market around 2004 and 03, and those stocks start to fall. The only last thing that's really holding up the market is our financials. It's also a report that the dollar has started to weaken. All right, so our financials is back near its all-time highs. XLF, it was impacted negatively by the news yesterday, but it still has a good structure. Let's see how JP Morgan, JP Morgan is battling right here with this 21 EMA at 265. It's kind of in a range. So got down to 256. If it respects this support of 257 yesterday, we might be a little bit bullish on JP Morgan, but again, if 90% of the market is weak, do I really want to be looking for bullish stocks just to say I did a call, or do I just want to go with puts? And right now, there's a lot of stocks to do puts on. All right, that's about it for today. I think, again, short the rip until the market says otherwise. It's put season. All right, hope this video has been helpful. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks.